on first and second. You have your meat of the lineup coming up. So just being able to like make her hit your pitch. Don't let her get a pitch that's going to be, something hard hit, but give her a pitch that, she can make it out by, or, make your defense work. And I really think that's what, he's talking to her about. Or, hey, she hits this pitch better. Make sure we're staying away from that, or she's going to make us pay.
So 2 outs in the inning, and it will be the senior and Corbiotis stepping up to the plate. Florida looking to strike first here in the top of the first inning. We're expecting a great series all weekend long between these two teams. As the first pitch is taken for a strike, it's 0-1.
And it also just might be a confidence boost. They go out there, they're talking to you and just giving you that extra, get up, hey, work toward this batter, get this batter out.
This one's low in the zone. 1-1 now. So 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. One pitch. Called strike, and it's 1-2.
They kind of look like a ball, but now in the NCAA, they're calling river now. They're giving you river. They're giving less up and down, but instead extending the plate left and right. So that was a perfect ball placed in the river.
Here's another one. Looked like it was near the same spot, but it missed the zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And that's exactly where you have to stay with these hitters. You have to stay river. You can't have anything over the wide of the plate, or, these hitters are good enough, they're going to make you pay.
2-2 on the way. This one pops out of the mid of Kylie Brockman, and everybody's going to be able to move up, so now the count's full. When you say river, explain that to our viewers, what you're talking about.
So when you're looking at the plate and you're looking at the batter's box, there is a piece in between the batter's box and the plate on both sides. And that is called river. That's what you want to stay in as a Division I pitcher. And just being able to hit those corners and they still give you a strike for it, that's exactly where you want to go.
It all counts the same as Otis flies this one out to right field. Tresvik will put it away, and that brings the inning to a close. A 1-out double for Florida. Are having some of their best offensive numbers. Starting in the circle today here for the Florida Gators, they're handing the ball to a freshman, the right-hander Caitlin Oxley. Throws a first pitch strike as we take a look now at Caitlin Oxley. Pretty impressive to be a freshman in this in control.
Absolutely, and just giving her the ball, on Friday, that's definitely speaking to her as a pitcher too.
As Tresvik will lay down a bunt, she's going to be retired. Really nice defensive play there from Florida, as we saw Auburn have to play good defense against the leadoff batter for the Gators, and now the Gators do the exact same thing back to the Tigers.
Absolutely, and that's where the defense come in, and especially in the Division I, you're definitely going to have defense, good defense against these type of batters.
So Nelia Peralta, the aforementioned shortstop for the Tigers, will step up to the plate. She checks her swing, but it's a called strike. It's 0-1.
And you talk about power coming from her, and especially as a senior, as a leader on the team, that's definitely speaking words to, how she is as a player too.
Here's a single for Peralta. It's her 34th hit of the year. That's the most on this Auburn Tigers. The freshman riding a 6-game hitting streak. Video game-like numbers for Adams to open up her college career. She's making it look a whole lot easier than college softball actually is.
She definitely is, and as a freshman, she's stepping up just like the seniors are, and that's nice to have somebody coming from, a freshman and just being able to fill that role.
It's an Auburn team that starts 7 seniors. And Annalie Adams, the freshman, has been one of the key contributors to Auburn's offensive success so far this season.
And you see also, like, as the season has progressed, that she's also moved up in the lineup.
Yeah.
She's taken on that big role and being able to fill those shoes, and just being able to be very humble about it too. You can tell, like, when she's on the field, she's not worried about the numbers. She's not worried about herself, but she's worried about her team and, getting her team to win.
Worried about business, as this is a called strike, and now the count's 2-2. That was a good pitch there from Oxley.
And that's the exact type of player that you want to wear in your team across their chest.
2-2. low in the zone, ball 3. So now the count's full to Annalie Adams.
And you see Oxley's working very careful around her too. You see she's not giving her anything to hit because she does have a lot of power.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Adams, and it's hit back foul. That ball started to spin in, but Annalie Adams was able to get a piece of it and foul it back.
And you see Oxley's definitely working on, working the righties inside, and she's using that screwball to be able to keep them off balance.
Popped up to second and handled there by Williams for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, and now Auburn's left fielder, KK McCrary, will come up to the plate. A .245 average on the year for McCrary. She's got 4 home runs and 23 RBIs to her name this season. As McCrary takes this one low in the zone for ball 1.
When you think of McCrary, you think of somebody that's going to be consistent for their team. She's definitely going to be a leader. She's going to keep people up in the dugout. But just being able to fill that role as a senior also, just being able to, be a leader on the team.
And incredibly competitive.
Absolutely.
Loves to win, loves to put her team in positions to win games. That's what you can expect from number 16, KK McCrary. A 2-0 pitch is a called strike that caught the outer edge. It's 2-1. A 1-out single from Nelia Peralta is the base runner for the Tigers as McCrary flies out to right field and brings our inning to a close. Scoreless through 1 inning of softball here at Jane B. Moore Field. Get us started here in the second inning. Kinley Cahalan is the batter. From Trussville, Alabama. Played for the Crimson Tide. Now she's playing for the Florida Gators. Hits this ball hard down the right field.
And you see Rainey right here. She leaves this ball up in the zone, and Cahalan just able to take that inside pitch and drive it right over the wall.
What a swing. What a shot. That ball got out of here in a hurry. Did not have much height to it at all, but enough to get over the wall.
Yeah. It looked like it was going to hit the wall or hit the foul pole, either one.
So Florida strikes first here in the second, and it's the second baseman and Mia Williams who's at the plate now. The sophomore from Windermere, Florida. Hits this one on the ground to third. Wohlers has it. Her throw to first is going to be in time for the first out of the inning.
It's a nice job by Wohlers right there, too. Just being able to have your pitchers back. She gives up a home run. That's kind of hard to do. It's hard to, stay focused and be able to make that play. But she did a very nice job. Very hot shot to third base, and she's able to handle it.
Good work there from our crew. Showing you the close-up of Anna Wohlers in action there defensively. As the freshman Layla Lamar, the designated player for Florida, takes a big cut at that one. It's 0-1. From Cary, North Carolina, standing 5'3", still looking for her first college home run.
And nobody on, you got 1 out. Nothing to lose right here.
Yeah. The 0-1 inside for ball 1. Florida offensively, they've got 30 wins. 19 of them have been in run rule fashion. They can absolutely score.
Yeah, that's insane.
As this is a called strike, it's 1-2. Rainey able to get back in head. .267 average for Lamar. The 1-2 pitch. Out of the zone and away for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3, and the count's full.
Yeah, we talk about Rainey, putting them away. She had this girl 1-2, and just going back into a full count is going to be really hard against these Gators.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Second walk of the ball game surrendered by Haley Rainey, and Layla Lamar will walk down to first.
When you get them in a full count, you have to put something over the plate, or you walk her. Either one. You don't really have a choice whether or not what to do with her by that time. So, just being able to stay ahead in the count and finish her off is something that I would like to see her do for the rest of the game.
Now batting its Gators shortstop Riley Holtorf, and she takes this pitch outside for ball 1. From Peoria, Arizona. Hitting over 300 on the year. And does a really nice job defensively for the Gators. Chance to produce some offense here, as this inning got started with a solo home run for the Gators. Time called here as Auburn's catcher Kylie Brockman walks out. Just trying to calm down her pitcher, right?
Absolutely. And just saying, hey, work on this batter. You got this. Don't worry about it. Just give her a little confidence boost. But as a hitter, you see her, she's struggling this inning. So just being able to be patient in the batter's box and just being able to let her throw her pitch, and not necessarily something that's going to be a swing and miss. Is something as a batter that I would be thinking too.
So 2 balls and no strikes to the number 9 batter in the order here for the Gators, as their leadoff batter Kendra Falby waits on deck. 2-0 pitch is inside for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
And that's something as a non-hitter that you want to do. You want to turn it over to the top of the lineup. You'll have runners on first and second with the top of the lineup coming up. That's that's gold right there.
3-0 pitch. Downstairs, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, and that's going to put runners at first and second for the leadoff batter. As Kendra Falby will come up to the plate. She grounded out her first time up, but she continues to climb the Florida charts in terms of their career hit leaders. 4 hits behind Amanda Lorenz for second all-time in Gator softball history. There's a chance that happens here this weekend as the series plays out with the pace that she's been on.
Absolutely. She's given them, a hit a game, so she could definitely bypass Amanda Lorenzo for sure.
And just to think about the fact that she's been playing since she was a freshman, and also to be thinking about how many great players have played for that Florida softball program, to know that you could be one of the best, or are one of the best in terms of career hits. Remarkable.
She's definitely not one that's it's gonna be hard to take her out of the lineup for sure.
One.
That's not something that you normally see from Roach. She was tossing the ball to second base, and she just came up too quickly, and Peralta was not there yet, and she went ahead and tossed it so that Peralta really couldn't get her hands on it. So that's not something that you see normally, but it definitely does happen. But
so now the Gators are really threatening on the sacrifice fly from Shoemaker.
That's a nice job by Shoemaker right there. I'm surprised I didn't see Falby with her speed, tagging up at second base, knowing that the road was going to go to home. I'm surprised I did not see her tagging up at second too. That would give you a runner at third instead of second.
Pitch off the plate to Erickson, 1-0. Yeah, that's a good point. I would have been expecting maybe Falby to try and take an extra 60 feet there.
Absolutely. Especially with the way that Florida steals. I definitely would have thought I was seeing that from her.
2 pitches out of the zone here as Haley Rainey has now thrown 40 pitches on the night. The 2-0 pitch. Out of the plate away, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
And that goes to tell you how good the Florida Gator hitters are. she's thrown 40 pitches in 2 innings, and that tells you how good of a eye that they have for the ball, especially because they're looking for their pitch, not your pitch, but their pitch, and that goes to tell you they have a good eye for the strike zone and what the umpire's giving them.
Yeah.
You're talking about it to the hitters, so very nice job by them.
A walk to Jocelyn Erickson puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. This pitch is low in the zone for ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Reagan Walsh. She is the 8th batter of the inning here for Florida. The 1-0 pitch. Hit well to center field. Back deep, and Tresvik able to make the catch on the warning for the series between Auburn and these Florida Gators. Anna Wohlers, Amelia Leck, and Kylie Brockman are the 3 batters set to come up and face Oxley, the right-handed throwing freshman for Florida. Wohlers with 8 home runs on the year to lead this Auburn team. Also has the most runs driven in. This one's hit up high in the air down the left field line and caught in foul territory by Otis for out number 1. Looked like Wohlers just got underneath that one a little bit, right?
Absolutely. And Oxley's been doing a really good job at, keeping the Auburn hitters off balance. She's moving, left to right and not sticking to one side, so it's kind of keeping them. I think they were expecting more screwball, and she's working both sides of the plate, so it was definitely a nice job by her.
Amelia Leck is the batter here for the Tigers. Up high in the zone, 1-1. One out, 1 ball, 1 strike to Leck. Hard hit ball to third, and it's going to pop out of the glove of Cahalan. Auburn will have a 1-out base runner. Cahalan tried to do everything she could to fully corral it, but the ball spun out.
And you see how hot that ball is coming at her. She's definitely, at the hot corner. So just nice job by her just getting her glove on it, but not able to make the throw to first.
So Kylie Brockman will step up to the plate. She fouls back the first pitch. How about Brockman attacking the first offering there? Auburn's sophomore catcher.
Which is a very nice job by her because Oxley's done a really good job at, working ahead of the batters. So being able to go after that first pitch is definitely something that is probably going to be passed on.
0-1 pitch to Brockman is low in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's the first off-speed pitch that I've seen from her. So definitely expecting to see that, later in the game.
Next pitch, called strike. Quickly 2 strikes against Brockman. That one's out of the plate and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one hit Kylie Brockman on the forearm, and she's in a good bit of pain. Pitch that got away from Oxley, and that had to hurt.
Absolutely. Gets her right on the meat part of the arm, and that's got to hurt.
Oh,
it actually hit her hand.
To her hand.
Yeah. Looked like it hit her palm.
She started to pull her hand off the bat. You don't see that every day.
Absolutely not.
So here's Rose Roach to bat with runners at first and second and just 1 out. Ball 1. One 0 pitch to Roach. Taken for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, you kind of seeing Oxley get kind of rattled right here. I mean, she gave up a hit, and then she hit a batter. And you see her, she's not really, I mean, she is attacking the zone, but she's, you know, she was kind of behind in the count. So that definitely shows you that, you know, she's a freshman, but she still works at what she does. So hopefully she'll come back right here. But, you know, that's definitely saying that she's a freshman.
Here's Roach going the other way. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Amelia Leck was slow to take off towards third, waiting to see if that ball was going to be caught or not. So we'll
make it to third.
Yeah, when we saw that replay as well, you could see Amelia Leck start to run back to second because she is so worried about the ball being caught, and then saying, wait a minute, no, that is going to land, and has to head over to third. So
right.
What you might have thought would bring in a run for Auburn does not, and so the bases are going to be loaded for the number 9 batter in Abby Smith. Called strike to Smith. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Smith and a throwback down to third. Erickson's got to be careful as that one almost was not caught by Cahalan.
Yeah, nice job by Leck right there, being able to tag at third, but also nice job by Smith being able to get that ball just in the air and far enough from the far enough to the outfield to be able to score her runner at third. Very nice job.
As Tresvik is back up, Auburn's leadoff batter. She takes the first pitch low for ball 1.
Really interested to see too how Oxley, you know, attacks Tresvik and see how she works in the strike zone too. She's kind of struggled this inning.
The pitch count's getting up for both of our starting pitchers tonight. As in the second inning, both teams have already been able to turn it back around to their leadoff batter. 2-1 the count now to Tresvik, who grounded out her first time up.
That just shows you how good the SEC conference is.
Yes. High-level softball always being played.
Absolutely.
3-1 the count now to Tresvik as that one was out of the zone. And time's called here as Florida's going to chat.
I also think that's a nice job by Van Brakel right there because, you know, this is a freshman out there. She's kind of getting nervous, kind of not attacking the zone anymore. So just being able to go out there and, you know, calm your freshman down is something that I would definitely do as a pitching coach.
Absolutely. It's a wise decision here. We'll see how Oxley kind of responds. It's also a warm and humid evening here on the Plains. So your bodies are feeling a little bit of everything out there. You just got to try and settle in. The 3-1 pitch. Tresvik fouls this one back into the seats.
I did not know that Van Brakel went to Florida.
Payoff pitch is outside, and the bases are loaded. That's just what Auburn was looking for, Shelby.
Absolutely. You have your really strong part of the lineup coming up with bases loaded.
Here's Nelia Peralta, and she checked her swing. It's a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled down the line, and that's going to get into the seats. Hit on the ground to short. This one competitive it's going to be throughout the course of this whole season. As Corby Otis will lead it off here for the Gators and takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Otis. The 1-0 pitch. Inside for ball 2. Auburn keeping Haley Rainey in the game right now. The starting pitcher who's done really well this season for the Tigers. The 2-0 pitch. Taken for a strike. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Downstairs for ball 3. 3-1. Florida trying to get the leadoff runner on here to begin inning number 3. The 3-1 pitch out of the zone, ball 4. It's a walk to begin the inning here for the Gators. As Cahalan will come up to the plate. Here's what she did an inning ago.
Yeah, she was able to take that inside pitch and able to drive it over the right field wall. You know, you think it's not going to go over because it's a hard hit ball, you know, line drive. But really excited to see what she's going to do this inning.
Already 5 walks tonight for Haley Rainey. And now she's got to be careful facing Cahalan, who homered off her the last time. She throws a first pitch strike right here. 3-1 our score here in the 3rd inning between Auburn and Florida. 0-1 pitch. Bounces out of the zone and up to the plate. It's 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner on first. The 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to first. Backhanded stop by Leck, and she'll get the out. Runner does move up to second, but that was a very nice play from Auburn's Amelia Leck.
Yeah, very nice play by Leck right there. But also it's very nice pitch sequence too. You know, she's able to get her on the off speed. She hit something over the wall last time, so just being able to keep her off balance is a nice job by Rainey.
With 1 out, a 3-1 Florida lead as this ball's hit slowly back to the Gator dugout.
You know, Rainey's seen the lineup through 1 time, so just being able to see, you know, what they struggle with and, you know, where their power is something that you're able to do in the 2nd time around, and just being able to work towards their weakness. And I think that's exactly what she's doing.
And now Auburn pitching coach Riker Chasen calls time to go out and chat with Haley Rainey, wanting to make sure they're set up strategically. Still fairly early in the game here today. The difference is we've now made it through the order for both teams, right? So you've seen everybody once within the game.
Right. Now you're able to mix all your pitches. You're able to, you know, use something different. And I think that's what I'm going to see from, you know, both sides tonight after the first round through the lineup.
Because the adjustments start to be made here, correct?
Right.
So Mia Williams is the batter here for the Gators. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back, it's 0-2.
And you see she's moving the ball more, so they're chasing her pitch now instead of, you know, hitting their pitch, which is nice to see from a pitcher's perspective.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Washington transfer was on the Pac-12
the 0-2
freshman
pitch.
team there. This one is lined
Bounces
and
up
caught
to the
by
plate
the
for ball
diving.
1.
Shout out to Brockman back there. I mean, what a job she's doing.
Yeah, especially with base runners on, you want to make sure you can keep every single pitch in front of you.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's hit fouled off the foot of Mia Williams. and it'll stay a ball and 2 strikes.
No, that's not a job I definitely would not want to have.
Yeah.
But as a former pitcher, definitely, praise the catcher too.
A lot of respect for what they're able to do.
Absolutely.
Making these great pitchers shine across the SEC. The 1-2, slow roller to third. Wohlers has it. She'll throw to first and get the out, as Otis was able to move to third.
Speed coming from Rejeko.
2 outs.
Nice job by Rainey right there too, just able to make her hit her pitch. She's getting that ground ball, letting her defense work, but the runner was just able to sneak right behind Wohlers because she's playing up in the field and just being able to go straight to third after she threw the ball.
Layla Lamar will be the batter. First offering, low and away for ball 1. One ball and no strikes with the runner at third and 2 outs, as this one's hit foul down the first base line. One and one with 2 outs. Lamar at the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up foul. 1-2. As that ball just bounced into our press box here.
Look at you.
Wow. You don't see that every day. Yeah. Get a load of that. So a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's never happened to me before, Shelby. Many, many years broadcasting games, and this net kind of gave way, and here it is.
You need to keep that one for sure.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch off the plate, and the count's full. Auburn really thought that was strike 3.
That was just shy of the outside corner. I think it was down a little bit. It's the reason why she didn't give it to her. But she's still working rigor, which is really nice.
Payoff pitch. Fouled back.
You see Lamar though, she's really making her work for this out.
So a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A runner at third with 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Slow roller to second. Rose Roach tosses, and that ends the inning. So the Gators do get a runner all the way around to third, but no runs to show for. Coming up, we'll be able to...
And just being able to, make an adjustment the second time. So definitely wanting to see it start with Adams first.
Yeah, Adams has a 6-game hitting streak, but she popped out to the second baseman her first time up to the plate tonight. She'll take this pitch inside for a strike, and it's 1-1.
You see Oxley right there. She kind of patted her chest. So my bad.
Another one inside.
She left that ball down the middle, and Adams didn't swing. She didn't make her pay for it. But you see that little pitcher catcher duo. You're right.
Here's a 2-1 to Anna Lee. It's out of the zone for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
I'm definitely not surprised to see that against Adams, for sure. Definitely working around the strike zone with her.
So it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch. A base hit back up the middle. The freshman continues to hit here for the Tigers.
Nice job by Adams right there. Able to take that pitch down the middle and just be able to drive it up the middle. Oxley made a mistake, and Adam made him pay.
So McCrary will be the batter here for Auburn. No outs and a runner on first as KK McCrary takes a strike. Next one is up high.
You know, and you see Oxley right there. She's trying to work on the outside corner. She's really trying to work on the outside corner, but she's missing down the middle.
As this ball's popped up right behind the plate, and it's going to be caught by Erickson for the first out.
But she's trying to work outside, and she's missing down the middle. But if you think about the weather, you know, it's humid outside, the ball's going to move more. You know, it's a little bit warmer, the ball's going to move more. So, you know, you have to make that adjustment as a pitcher and being able to know that knowledge and being able to, you know, adapt to not only where you're at, but the weather also.
So a runner at first with one out for Anna Wohlers, who takes this one inside. Wohlers hits this ball hard down the right field line into the corner. That's a fair ball. Adams is going to be heading towards third. She'll be held up there, but it's a double for Anna Wohlers.
Very nice job by Wohlers right there. She takes this pitch from Oxley, inside pitch, and just able to drive it to the right side of the field and able to put that ball right on the corner and, you know, let her teammate make it to third. Very nice job.
First extra base hit of the game for Auburn. And with runners at second and third and one out, the Gators will call time as Amelia Leck is starting to walk up to the plate.
And you see, you know, the infield going in with the pitcher and the catcher, you know, that's a very experienced infield. And they're able to talk their freshman pitcher up and able to tell her, like, hey, you have a runner at second, third, but, you know, we're behind you. We're going to make the plays for you. Just, you know, pitch to the batters. Let them hit it to the defense. Let the defense work.
All right, it's number 11 South Carolina and number 3 LSU continuing their big 3-game softball series tomorrow. Game 2 coverage will start at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on the SEC Network and ESPN app. Be on the lookout for that one. Should be a good game coming your way. This pitch to Amelia Leck misses low in the zone for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch to Leck is a swing and a miss strike. The 1-1 pitch, low for ball 2. A big run scoring opportunity here for Auburn. The 2-1 pitch. Up high for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. A walk. Auburn has loaded the bases for the second time today as Amelia Leck walks. So Adams is at third, Wohlers at second, and now Leck is at first for Kylie Brockman to come up to the plate. And it looks as though Auburn might be making a base running change here. Indeed they will, as Talia Martin will come in and run it first for Amelia Leck.
Something I've noticed about Oxley too, when she has runners on base, she kind of gets off rhythm. Especially, like, you know, as she's going into her wind up. Very nice job by Brockman right here. She's able to take this outside pitch and just drive it that way and the right fielder just wasn't able to handle it. She's trying to come up, throwing, and just wasn't able to get it in her glove before she tried to make the throw.
And so we are tied at 3 as Kylie Brockman delivers a big hit there for the Tigers. You could see how fired up Auburn is. And they're still in business here in the third with just 1 out, Shelby, and 2 runners in scoring position.
Absolutely. Hoping to see big things from the bottom of the lineup from them right here. It's hard on the freshmen.
Yep.
But as a bottom of the lineup, you want to turn it over to the top of the lineup again and able to keep the rhythm going.
Yep. It's a Florida Gators team that has 4 different pitchers with over 40 innings of experience on the year. It's definitely been a pitching staff by committee for the Gators throughout the course of the season.
Right, and you see a different pitcher warming up in the bullpen right now. So definitely looking, hoping that she rides it out, but also being able to look for a different pitcher is also a choice.
Yeah, there's Kara Hammock warming up as Rose Roach will take the first pitch up high for ball 1. As you can also see, the Gators have brought the infield in. They want to try to get a play at the plate. 1-0 pitch to Roach. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
As Roach right here, you're looking for something in the green, though. You're looking for something that's going to score, maybe 1 or maybe 2 runners, but something just out of the infield, and then not letting the infield make a play, because that keeps the runners at second and third, but also that makes you out too.
Out of the zone again. 3 balls and a strike. One more out of the strike zone, and Auburn will have loaded the bases again. And they do. Rose Roach walks. Bases are loaded for the number 9 batter, Abby Smith. And so now time is called from the catcher, Jocelyn Erickson. And the Gators doing all they can to come up with an out. And Auburn's wanting to take their first lead of the game here in this third inning.
Yeah, and you see that earpiece in the catcher's ear. So definitely, that's coming from the pitching coach. Like, hey, make sure you go out there and talk to her. She needs some help right now. Just go and see, what's going on.
Yep.
So, very nice job as a captain on the field.
And Jocelyn Erickson, so experienced. And here's Abby Smith. She had a sacrifice fly an inning ago. As this one's out of the zone for ball 1. Right now, the starter, Caitlin Oxley, can't throw strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Up high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And now a couple of different arms trying to get loose and warmed up in the bullpen for the Gators. There's the strike, 2-1. Oxley needed it badly.
But you see Smith right here being very particular as to what she's swinging at, too. She wants something in the zone. And with her struggling, she's going to make the zone even tighter.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kaylee Young is the home plate umpire tonight. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. How big was that? The Gators desperately needed a second out. And there's a deep breath from Oxley as she gets the strikeout.
Yeah, very nice job by Oxley right here. Just getting that swing and miss on that screwball and, getting that bases loaded out. And that's exactly what she's looking for right there.
Bases loaded for Tresvik, who takes a strike. It's 0-1.
That might be just what she needed. She needed that to come back and being able to work ahead of the batters.
So no balls and a strike with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch is low. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1. There's a swing and a miss from Tresvik, and it's 1-2. Now the Gators are a strike away from getting out of this third inning.
And you see Tresvik right there, she's swinging at her shoes. But you're not really looking for that. You're not looking for a home run. You're looking for something in the gap, something in the green that just scores your teammates.
Off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tresvik goes down. Back-to-back strikeouts from Oxley. As Riley Holtorf hit a shot into the Gator dugout. Man, that ball was smoked. And everybody's having to run for cover there in that dugout. Nothing in 1. The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Peralta has it. She throws to first in time for the out. 1 down on the 6-3 ground out. And back to the top of the order, it's Kendra Falby. Third trip to the plate today for Florida's leadoff batter.
And this is where it gets a little tricky. You know, you've seen him one time. First time, you kind of just going in there guessing. Second time, you make your adjustment. The third time is when it gets hard.
And Auburn's not going to be able to get the out here as Leck fielded it but tossed it to first, and it got out of the glove of Rose Roach. Everybody feels rushed because of Falby's speed, right?
Right, absolutely. And you're trying to be so quick with it. You know, you see the Leck is able to field it, and she tosses it to first, but Roach is just not able to get it in the glove quick enough.
And so now Falby, with her speed, is over at first. Kendra Falby has 30 stolen bases on the year. As we've got the freshman Taylor Shoemaker coming up to the plate, but definitely be aware of Falby's ability to run. And Shelby, this is where we wouldn't be surprised at all if Florida tries to put her in motion.
Yeah, I definitely would expect her to steal right here, especially with Shoemaker's her batting. I mean, just you have a runner at second, you know, that's a run for you, and
Yep.
just being able to work with that. I definitely expect her to go, though.
Tied at 3 tonight with a runner at first. The first pitch to Shoemaker. Falby does take off towards second, and Kylie Brockman dropped the ball as she was trying to throw down. Stolen base for Kendra Falby. Although it looks like the umpires, did they say she left early, Shelby?
I think they did, and I think Tim Walton's going to definitely challenge that. But they're saying that she left early, and, you know, she's called out right there.
So Philip Frills is our crew chief. We'll hear from him. The mic's not working, but you can hear him saying that Florida's challenging the call of the runner leaving first base early. So we will have a review here. Typically, Falby's so fast, you never really worry about her leaving early, you know?
Right, and I think that's why he's challenging it, because she hasn't been called out leaving early. She's just quick, and people just, you know, can't really read it.
Coach Walton's probably, she's got 30 stolen bases on the year, right? Like, she's just, it's not out of the ordinary for her to, this was a player who wasn't such a typical threat. But we will see the results here in a moment. And we'll also give you a look at the play in question.
Yeah, I think she definitely left early. It's definitely harder to tell with her back foot coming over the base too, and I think they do that to make it harder on the umpires to see it. But I think she definitely left early. You see the ball's not even out of the pitcher's hand yet. Her foot's off the base.
And it is confirmed. She did leave early. The runner is out, so there are now 2 outs in the inning, and that changes things dramatically here in the 4th.
Absolutely, and you know that goes for the momentum. The momentum's on Auburn's side, just able to get that that call too is also, that plays with the momentum.
So it's a 0-1 count now to Taylor Shoemaker. Again, the freshman superstar for Florida. Already 13 home runs as a freshman. And we see Phillip Frills walking down the third base line as they're trying to make sure they've got the right count, I think, is the conversation here between Frills and home plate umpire Kayla Young. I'm not the best at reading lips, Shelby, though, must be honest.
I mean, honestly, me either. You see Rainey, she kind of looks kind of confused too, like what's going on?
Are we good to play? This is fun. Here's a pitch to Shoemaker, low and away.
It kind of takes a little stress off Rainey too, that call. You have Shoemaker coming up, and you have a runner at second. That's scoring right there. So just being able to attack the batter and their batter only.
This ball hit out to right field. Diving effort from Isis Tresvik, but she trapped it. And so Shoemaker's going to be safe at first. Again, you got to applaud the effort from Isis Tresvik, but also in some ways, Shelby, that's incredibly risky.
Absolutely.
Because if that gets past you, that's a double or triple for Shoemaker.
Right. And with the speed, I mean, I would not do it, but I also was not an outfielder, so I definitely would not do it. But, if she thinks she can make the play, make the play.
We'll have to see how close Tresvik was to coming up with that one. Here's Isis Tresvik.
Yeah, it's taking that one hop, and it still came out of her glove. I mean, if she thinks she can get it, go ahead, but that's definitely risky.
So Auburn is going to have a pitching change here before Jocelyn Erickson comes up to the plate. Again, great effort there from Isis Tresvik in right field. And Auburn's going to bring number 85, S.J. Guerin, in to pitch here against the Florida Gators in this fourth inning. "71 pitches tonight from Haley Rainey. And now she gives away to S.J. Guerin.
It's a very nice job by Rainey, too, just being able to keep them in the ball game, keep them off balance. But you have the meat of the order coming up, and you want to make sure they're seeing somebody different, and that's a very good call by the Malvos.
As she's getting a word there from pitching coach Riker Chasen, S.J. Guerin's going to get a chance to warm up here a little bit. From Leander, Texas. She played at Oklahoma a year ago, and now she's going to see a familiar face in the batter's box in Jocelyn Erickson, another Oklahoma Sooner as well.
And that's very hard to do. It actually is kind of hard. Like, you're facing your teammate, and you're looking at them, they're looking at you, and it's kind of awkward, but excited to see.
29th appearance this season for S.J. Guerin. She's 15-5 on the season, as you can see, with a 2.56 ERA. And we want to highlight that she'll throw a changeup in any count. What is the significance of that, Shelby?
Having different speeds is something that you definitely have to have in the SEC, but being able to be confident in the off speed is, a different level, so kudos to her.
First pitch to Erickson. It hit her. Jocelyn Erickson was hit by the pitch. So the Gators now with runners at first and second here in the fourth. And co-head coach Chris Malvo walks out of the dugout to talk with Kaylee Young, the home plate umpire. And we'll get back to play. No challenge or anything taking place. Reagan Walsh at the plate. First pitch is taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Auburn has a shift on, where the second baseman, Rose Roach, is now on the left side of the second base bag. 3 infielders there to the left for Auburn.
Definitely tells you where Walsh's power is. You know, where she's going to normally hit the ball. It also is going to tell you where the pitcher's going to attack her. She's going to attack her inside, going to make her hit the ball to the left side of the field and let her defense work.
So it's a 1-1 count to Walsh. Again, we're tied at 3 between Auburn and Florida. Here's a called strike. It's 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Reagan Walsh. Nice piece of hitting there from Reagan Walsh.
Very nice job by Walsh right there. She takes this changeup and just waits back on it. She's able to hit the ball to the right side of the field where no one was there. So she definitely made Auburn pay.
And Auburn did the shift. They've seen the numbers. Walsh typically a pull hitter, but you can't help but think, hey, if Auburn doesn't put the shift on, that was right where your second baseman, Rose Roach, is always lined up. That could have been a ground ball to get out of the inning.
Right. The routine play turns into a 2-run hit.
So 4-3, the Gators lead here in the 4th. Here's a called strike. It's 1-1.
That's a risk you had to take, though.
One to Otis. Inside. 2 balls and a strike.
As my dad would say, that's definitely something you just have to tip your hat and just keep moving.
Yep. You can't let that impact you for at-bats and batters facing to come.
Right, you win some, you lose some.
This ball hit on the ground to short. Peralta has it. She'll make the short toss to second, and the inning is over. The Gators take the lead here in the top of the 4th. They lead at 4-3 over Auburn.
Just being able to be that leadership as a pitching staff, too, is something that I'm excited to see from Hemick.
1-0 pitch to Nelia Peralta is up high in the zone, as Auburn's shortstop is leading it off here in the 4th inning. Two balls and no strikes. Low for ball 3. First 3 pitches from Hammock have all missed the strike zone. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Nelia Peralta. It's a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Is that just the pitcher trying to find a way to settle in, Shelby? What did you see there?
I would definitely say, coming into this game, it's very nerve-wracking. So just being able to be, get your nerves under control and just being able to, get rid of that first batter and just attack the second batter.
Annalie Adams takes this pitch up high for ball 1. That's 5 straight out of the zone, and now Jocelyn Erickson will walk out and chat with Kara Hammock to try and settle her down.
And I think that's exactly what she needs. She needs somebody to help her calm her nerves, obviously, and just able to help her say, hey, make sure you're attacking this batter. You got it.
Auburn is noticing an obvious difference in the circle as well, as the starter, Caitlin Oxley, stands just 5'6". Now they've got the 6'2" arm of Kara Hammock there in the circle pitching for the Gators. This pitch is taken for a strike. It's 1-1. You've talked previously about the taller the pitcher, the more versatility that they can have in some ways.
Absolutely. Taller the pitcher, the longer the arm, the longer the legs. Definitely plays to advantage, and especially velocity. But the longer the arms, the quicker the whip, the quicker the ball's going to go. So it definitely plays a part.
2-1 to Adams. Out of the zone, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. As Kara Hammock is just looking to settle down here in the bottom of the 4th.
And I just think she's nervous. I think she's, override her spin. Speed can definitely override your spin. You can throw it too hard and it not spin the way you want it to go. So I think she just needs to, like I said, calm down and being able to just, pitch the way that she knows she can.
Back-to-back walks to begin the inning here for Auburn. And it's going to bring their senior left fielder, KK McCreary, up to the plate. McCreary is 0 for 2 in tonight's game. But a big chance here as McCreary takes a first pitch strike. It's 0-1. This one's off the plate for ball one. 67 on the radar gun there from Kara Hammock.
You see she's kind of settling in now.
1-1. This one's downstairs and low. The throw gets back out to center field. But because Nelia Peralta was having to dive back into the second base bag, she was still laying on the ground when that ball got past her. She wasn't able to move up. That's a fortunate break there for the Gators.
And also you have Kendra Falby in center field. You're looking at her arm that she has in center field. Definitely probably would have won anyways.
Right. Look at this.
She's on the ground, the ball gets past her, and then Falby immediately gets to the ball. So definitely wouldn't have been a pass for Peralta.
2-2. On the ground to third. Oh, what a sequence.
And you see this heads-up play. She knows where her runners are. She's able to tag the base and then go one. Very nice job by Cahalan right there.
So 2 outs, and Anna Wohlers will be the batter as Anna Lee Adams still runs at second base. The number 4 Florida Gators taking on the Auburn Tigers here today in the first of 3 games this weekend. Wohlers swings over the top of it, 1-1.
But we talk about how Hammock is a, pitch to contact type pitcher, but that's why she can be a pitch to contact type hitter, because her defense is working like that.
1-1. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike, because to your point, you wouldn't want to be pitching to so much contact if you couldn't trust your defense behind you.
And you can tell she definitely can.
Yes, she does trust this Gators defense. Up in the zone, 3 balls and a strike to Wohlers. Command has just been the only issue we've seen so far in this first inning of work for Hammock in the circle. The 3-1 pitch, there's a strike, and it's 3-2. After walking the first 2 batters of the inning, Hammock is now a strike away from getting out of the frame. 3-2 first pitch strike, it's 0-1. Kinley Cahalan leads it off here for the Gators. She homered back in the second inning. Florida scored 3 of their 4 runs tonight in that second inning. And credit to S.J. Guerin, she's quickly ahead, 0-2.
And that's exactly what you want to see from her. You want to see her attacking the batters, especially with Cahalan hitting a home run the first inning. I mean, you're going to have to attack her.
0-2 pitch. Fouled back. It stays 0-2.
And you see she's going to battle. She's going to hit, your pitch. She has to. But you're looking for that swing and miss. You're looking for her to, miss-hit one of your pitches.
No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Slow roller to second. Rose Roach has got to be quick with it, and she's in time to get the out. 1 down.
Very nice job by Guerin right there. Able to get one of the best hitters out and just on that off-speed pitch and just letting her defense work. Very nice job.
Mia Williams pops this one up. Foul over the Auburn dugout. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, and it hit her on the arm. Mia Williams was hit by the pitch.
You see that was just a curveball that, you know, got away from her moving too much. And that's something that she's going to have to adjust to. As a pitcher, she's going to, you know, be able to adjust and, you know, not let it curve as much, but also, you know, she could also move it down and let it go right up under her arm, too. That's just an adjustment she's going to have to make.
So Mia Williams does appear to be okay. That's always good to see. And now we'll see a pinch hitter here for the Gators as Ava Brown. There's number 00 for the Gators. She'll step up to the plate. Pitch inside. It's 0-1.
You see the adjustment just
Yep.
in, you know, the pitch after. That's very good pitching IQ to have by Kieran.
Auburn would love to turn 2 here. Out of the zone for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed. That pitch was a thing of beauty.
It definitely was. You see it was right there on the outside part, but I think that the umpire just called it a ball just because it was a little lower in the zone. So not a bad call, too.
The 2-2. Inside, that one did hit Ava Brown. For a second, it looked like maybe it got past her, but it did make contact with Brown. So back-to-back hit batters puts runners at first and second for the Gators. Let's take a look at this.
Same thing as the last hit batter. She just is a curveball that just gets away from her, and it hits a righty on the inside half. But you also see the adjustments that the hitters are making too, because they're standing closer in the box because she's hitting batters. I mean, that's an extra base for our team, so definitely making adjustments in the box too. So
in the top of the 5th inning, Florida with runners at first and second and 1 out. Their number 9 batter is about to come up to the plate. The Gators are looking to add some runs here against Auburn. So here's Riley Holtorf, the batter. This pitch is up in the zone. Why do you think S.J. Guerin's been using the curveball inside to these right-handed hitters?
I mean, same thing. Everything affects it. I mean, the weather, you know, how humid it is outside, you know, what's the temperature outside. Everything affects it, and nobody really knows that. But as a pitcher, you have to know that.
Runner takes off towards third. Stolen base there from Mia Williams. Kylie Brockman couldn't quite hold on to it cleanly, and now the Gators have runners at the corners.
But also coming back to that, you know, you have to make an adjustment. So you either have to speed it up where it'll, your spin will, your speed will override your spin a little bit, or you have to move it over like she's trying to do. You have to move the ball over to the other side of the plate to be able to get it to move less, or move more or the same amount just on the other half of the plate. If that makes sense. But you see, she's definitely trying to make an adjustment.
2-1 pitch. It's bunted. It pops up in the air, and Auburn will wisely let this thing roll back foul. So we take a look at what Florida has been able to do on the base paths. As a team, they just love to run. 30 of those stolen bases, as you can see, come from Kendra Falby.
She's definitely a quick one.
Yes. The 2-2. 7-3, the Florida lead. Florida keeps on hitting.
Yeah, nice job by Shoemaker right there. Able to take that pitch down in the zone, just to drive it to the left side of the field. Really good hard hit and be able to hit the wall. And nice job by McCrary also. You know, Abby Smith tried to make that play, and McCrary was right behind her, able to get that ball into 2. And turning that double into a triple, and that's what she was trying to do.
So 7-3 the Florida lead, and it's 3 hits today for Taylor Shoemaker. The freshman is so impressive. It's been fun to watch as Auburn looks as though the Tigers are going to make a call to the bullpen. They'll have a pitching change, and we'll see the lefty S.J. Guerin hand the ball off to left-handed pitcher Chaley Clemens, as Auburn will have their 3rd pitcher of the game come into the contest here tonight. S.J. Guerin, still one of the strong arms on this Tigers staff. But you're just going up against a really, really impressive Florida Gators offense.
Right, and you can't take a pitch off. You can't miss a pitch because, you know, they're going to hit it hard, and they're going to hit it where they want to, and that's something that, you know, is happening in the SEC every day, and it's something that you have to know as an SEC pitcher.
So 3 runs have already come in to score for Florida here in the 5th. They scored 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, and in this inning offensively, they've got a pair of extra base hits. They've been hit by 2 different pitches and have been able to score 3 runs. We talked about the walks a little bit earlier from this Auburn pitching staff. Hit batters do just as much harm to what you're trying to do as well, because the runners are able to get on base.
Right, and that's a free base without any effort put in. That's just something that you're having to, you know, hurt a little bit, but that's it.
So here's Chaley Clemens taking over in the circle for Auburn. A sophomore from Alabaster here in the state of Alabama, standing 6'1". Chaley Clemens primarily was an offensive player last season for the Tigers, but making her 15th appearance pitching this season. Loves to work up in the zone, and she's got a 3-pitch mix. What else can we expect from Chaley Clemens, Shelby?
She's really not going to overpower you. She's going to be a little bit slower. I mean, I would say 60, 62 is probably what she's going to throw. Definitely working speeds though. She has an all speed. She's gonna work both sides of the plate. Just kind of a mix of stuff, I think. But definitely gonna turn to that rise ball a lot.
So the Gator catcher, Jocelyn Erickson, will be the first batter that Chaley Clemens faces here in the top of the 5th. 7-3 our score. And Erickson takes this one high and outside for ball 1. Erickson's reached base every time she's been up at the plate. Out of the zone from Clemens, it's 2-0. If you're a team struggling to throw strikes, it just makes everything so much more difficult.
It does. It makes you frustrated. It makes your defense frustrated, and everybody's just frustrated, and that's really not what you want to do as a pitcher, as somebody that's controlling the game. You want to stay cool, calm, and collective, and just able to control the game in the ways that you want to control the game.
Clemens is still looking for the strike
The
zone.
middle, scooped up by Mealer, and the time.
The 3-0 pitch. There's a strike. It's 3-1.
Em tưởng cả logo. Có đợt nào anh bảo em là logo cái này hay là cái nào đấy, nói chung là em cắt hết.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 3-1 pitch. There's a called strike, and now the count's full at 3-2.
Very nice job by Fleming's able to work back in this order right here.
She fell behind, 3 balls and no strikes. Now a strike away from getting out of the inning. This one's fouled at the plate by Erickson. Three balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is out of the zone, and for the 3rd time tonight, Jocelyn Erickson walks. Again, she's also been hit by a pitch. So she's gotten on base 4 times without putting the ball in play.
You know, what's the temperature?
And that's the 6th walk tonight from the Auburn pitching staff. Here's Reagan Walsh. Out of the zone, ball 1. Last time Reagan Walsh was up to the plate, Auburn put the shift on, and Walsh was able to deliver an RBI single out to right field. The shift is not currently on against Walsh this time up. 1-0 pitch popped up in the air. We'll see if it stays in play. It will not, as it'll be a foul ball.
And you see the defense is not shifted like they were before, but there's still a little shift to the left side of the field. You see Rose Roach, she's playing more up the middle. Yeah, and you see that Peralta and Anna are playing more to the left side of the field. So I don't think a total switch, but definitely shading that way.
Yes. 2-1 the count now to Walsh.
They also have to be careful because the last time she did it to the right side field was an all-speed pitch, and that's what Clemens lives on is the all-speed pitch.
2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch is hit foul down the 3rd base line. So now the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Florida has scored 3 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. The 2-2. Just a little blooper out to left field, but enough to get the job done. And Florida extends their lead.
And she takes this all-speed pitch, and she's just waiting on it. She's waiting on it just enough to get to the outfield and just enough to get a base hit on that and score one of her teammates.
Corby Otis is the 9th batter of the inning to come up to the plate here for Florida. And she takes a strike here. It's 0-1.
Nó đánh như này như chủ trận nó vẫn có nhạc đấy. Như hôm nọ em để ý cái tham này em cắt đúng không? Nó không có quảng cáo nhưng mà nó vẫn bị đánh bao nhiêu nhạc không anh bảo em đấy.
0-1 pitch. There's a strike. It's 0-2.
Vẫn phải cắt mà, vẫn phải cắt cái đầu giữa cuối trận.
An inning that has featured a lot of offense here for the Florida Gators. Clemens calls time. The 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground towards second. Rose Roach has it. Her throw to first is in time for the 3rd out of the inning. The Gators add to their lead. They lead by 5 as we've reached the 5th inning stretch.
And that's the complete opposite as to what Florida has done tonight.
Leck, the batter here for Auburn to get it started in the bottom of the 5th. Leck hits this ball to second and caught for the 1st out. Nia Williams had her played well up the middle and got the 1st out. And now Auburn catcher Kylie Brockman will step up to the plate. Brockman's been hit by a pitch and also has an RBI single to her name today. Kylie takes the first pitch low in the zone for ball 1.
tìm thấy á, là đề xuất luôn á.
1-0 pitch. Off the plate, but taken for a strike. It's 1-1. The top half of the 5th inning saw Florida score 4 runs. It took a long while for that half inning to be completed. I say that to say Hammock, the Gators starting pitcher, was just having to wait over there in the dugout a little bit to get back out there, because to remind folks, Shelby, when she came in an inning ago, she was kind of missing the strike zone when she first started pitching.
Right, and that half inning that gives her time to, get her composure and know what she's looking for, and it just gives her a sense of, relief that her offense is scoring, and she has runs to spare.
Yeah, it was a 1-run lead the last time she was out in the circle pitching. Now she's got the 5-run cushion as we see Brockman foul this one off, and the count's now full. Although we certainly know in SEC softball, it always feels like no lead is safe. So as a pitcher, you'll take all the run support and cushion that you can.
Right, and especially Auburn, they've come back to a lot of games this year, and that's something that they're known for. So definitely don't kick them out of the battle.
Yep. 15 comeback victories for the Auburn Tigers softball team this season. That's the most in the entire country. 15 of their 22 wins have been in come-from-behind fashion. Ball 4 to Kylie Brockman. She safely reaches. As Rose Roach will come up to the plate. Rose Roach, a single and a walk to her name today. She'll take this one low for ball 1. Low in the zone, ball 2. And Jocelyn Erickson wants to call time to go chat with Kara Hammock.
This is something we've seen from both pitchers from Florida tonight, is when they get a runner on base, they kind of struggle with the strike zone. So really expect for Hammock to come back right here and attack the strike zone.
Two-0 pitch, off the plate and away. 3 balls and no strikes. This ball's downstairs. It's a walk to Rose Roach. And Auburn trying to create some offense here. They've got 2 runners on now, with Abby Smith set to come up to the plate. And it looks as though co-head coach Chris Malvo wants to make a base running change. Tim Walton, the Gators head coach, wants to go out and chat with his team. As Georgia Lessman comes into the game to run at second for the Tigers, and Florida will be making a pitching change. Runners at first and second in the bottom of the 5th. Florida's got an 8-3 lead. We'll tell you about the new Gators pitcher when we return here to Jane B. Moore Field. Ava Brown is the new pitcher here for the Florida Gators, as they have made a change in the circle. The 5'8" sophomore from Montgomery, Texas. We already saw her once in tonight's game as a pinch hitter. Now she is coming into the game to pitch. It's her 19th appearance of the season in the circle. She throws 3 different speeds and loves to get fly ball outs, as we can see her 7-0 record on the year.
So if she loves to get fly ball out, she's going to work more up in the zone. She's going to have a little speed to her pitches, and just being able to, get pop-ups. Those are automatic outs, as we call them. But she's definitely going to work quickly.
as Abby Smith is the batter for the Tigers. She hits 9th in the order. Abby Smith has a sacrifice fly and also struck out. Swing and a miss from Smith, and it's 1-2.
Hai Texas. Cái đây em đã làm nhiều thăm hôm nay cùng ngày hôm nay. Đấy, trận này này. Trận này là đầu tiên.
Ball hit down the third base line. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Abby Smith.
You see Brown, she works quickly on the mound too. That's also adjustment for the batters is, not only is she a little bit faster, but she's also going to be quicker in her motion.
Full count. So you really got to stay paying attention up there at the plate and know that, hey, this thing's coming quickly. She's going to work quickly.
Absolutely, because her routine's a little quicker.
3-2 pitch. Up in the zone. Actually, that was a 2-2 count, so now it's a full count. My apologies. We've got a full count here to Abby Smith with runners at first and second. Here's the payoff. That one's out of the zone. This is ball 4. And Auburn, for the 3rd time today, has loaded the bases. It's a season-high 8 walks from the Gators pitching staff. Fortunately, though, for Shelby, they do have that 5-run lead right now.
They do, and that's a cushion for them. But it's not good to see 8 walks from your pitching staff.
Isis Tresvik, she had gone 23 games in between home runs until she was able to hit her 7th home run of the season on Wednesday night in Auburn's win over Troy. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Tresvik. Inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Should Isis Tresvik reach here, Auburn would have a chance to bring the tying run to the plate.
And you see the Auburn defense, they're shifting to the left, so they know what her power is. But she takes this off-speed pitch that's on the outside part of the plate, and she's driving it to the left side of the field and just absolutely crushes that ball.
So it's a 9-7 lead now for Florida as Ava Brown comes up to the plate. First pitch to Brown. It's taken out of the zone for ball 1. Remember, Ava Brown came in to pinch hit back in the 5th inning for Layla Lamar in the designated player spot, and then just a moment ago, she came on as the pitcher. So she's currently pitching in the game for the Gators and has an opportunity to help herself out here at the plate if she could get on base.
And that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to be a pitcher and a hitter. And, being at practice every day and working on hitting, but also pitching and, be good at both of them.
Yeah.
So.
A lot to juggle.
Absolutely.
Just a sophomore is Ava Brown. Florida's really excited about her future and the number of different things that she's able to do. Similar to what Auburn's got this season with Isis Tresvik going back to also working as a pitcher and able to hit as well. 2-1 pitch to Brown. Misses low for ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch. Popped back to Clemens as she makes the catch for the outs.
It's a nice way to come off.
I don't know that the pitcher's going to get a much easier out than that one.
Right.
Look at this.
Right in her glove.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. An easy play to be made for the second out. Riley Holtorf, the batter. Low in the zone, ball 1. Holtorf has scored 2 of the 9 runs tonight for Florida. One 0 pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch inside. They're going to say it hit.
No, she's got to come back. There's only a 3-1 count.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't tell if that hit her back foot. Yes, yeah, you see Riley Holtorf pointing down that hit her foot. The home plate umpire, Kayla Young, didn't see it, though, so she's going to chat with the crew here. Very interesting. And they're going to say it did not hit her. They're going to say it's a 3-1 count. Here's a look. Look at the back foot.
Yeah, it looked like it went right over her foot. Just missed it. Very close. 3-1. Hit out towards shallow left field. Tough play to make for Auburn. And it's a base hit for the shortstop, Riley Holtorf, excuse me. A blooper out to left field. This is kind of into no man's land. Yeah, and you see Peralta and McCrary going after it. She just hopped over just enough for it not to be a collision.
So we're back to the leadoff batter in Kendra Falby. She takes a strike. Oh, 1. Back to the circle. Clemens has it, but nobody's covering the first base bag. Florida's got runners at first and second. The infield was played up for Auburn, knowing the speed that Kendra Falby has, and Shelby, nobody was over there to cover first base. Look at this.
I really think it was just a miscommunication. I mean, especially with her being a lefty, she's trying to make it quick, but it's just nobody there to cover.
So the inning will continue here for Florida. And the freshman Taylor Shoemaker, who's 3 for 3 on the day, step up to the plate.
And, you know, that's an extra 60 feet.
Yep.
I mean, now you have to face Shoemaker, and she's gone 3 for 3 today, and it's definitely not who you want to see in this scenario.
First offering to Shoemaker is low and away outside. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Gators right fielder. 1-0 pitch. There's the strike. It's 1-1. Low. 2 balls and a strike.
Nice job by Brockman back there, able to block that one up. Just making him work hard tonight.
Two 2-1 pitch coming to Shoemaker. It's out of the zone for ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Called strike. It's 3-2. Full count with 2 outs here in the 6th. Ball 4. The bases are now loaded for Florida. Shoemaker reaches. Falby advances to second. Holtorf to third. And it's going to allow Jocelyn Erickson, the Gators catcher, to come back up to the plate. First pitch to Erickson, taken low for ball 1. Look at the night so far for Jocelyn Erickson. 3 walks and hit by a pitch. She's been so productive and hasn't even put the ball in play yet.
Right, and that tells you how good her eyes are.
Yeah.
You know, she's had 3 walks. She knows the strike zone. She works the umpire on the strike zone, and she gets her extra 60 feet no matter how she takes it.
Just saw her numbers a moment ago. She has over a 500 on base percentage on the season, and it makes sense as to why that's the case. As with a 1-0 count, Auburn is going to make a pitching change, and the Tigers are going to re-enter Haley Rainey. Tonight's starter for the Tigers is coming back in to pitch here in the circle. This is something that you can do in college softball. What's the mindset got to be like for Haley Rainey, knowing that you've already pitched in today's game and you've just been taking a little bit of break the last couple of innings?
Right, I would definitely say it's hard, getting loose again. But the same mindset as you would start the game. You're coming at the end of the game. It's kind of the same mindset. Got to take control of the game. Got to, let my defense work, especially coming in with the bases loaded. And just attacking every batter, just like you would at the beginning of the game. And I think that's the same mindset she should have now.
Got to throw strikes for all these pitchers to come in. We'll wrap up the weekend right here on the SEC Network with the top baseball team in the nation. Sunday, #1 Tennessee plays the final game of a 3-game series against South Carolina at Founders Park in Columbia. Coverage begins at 5 Eastern, 4 Central. It's SEC Network Baseball coming your way on Sunday. So Haley Rainey is re-entering here into the game for the Auburn Tigers in the circle. Auburn had a grand slam in the bottom of the 5th to get back within 1. Mia Williams homered this inning for Florida to get a 2-run lead back, and now the Gators have loaded the bases. Still a lot of folks on hand tonight watching this game unfold. A 1-0 pitch to Jocelyn Erickson misses the strike zone. Or no, it is a called strike. I beg your pardon. 1-1. We're checking to make sure Kaylee Young is okay. The umpire behind the plate, that one hit her on the mask. So you see the crew chief, Philip Frills, with a nice moment to check and make sure Kaylee Young is okay. It's a tough job to be back there behind the dish.
Absolutely, and you're definitely counting on the catcher to make the plays. Most of the time, the umpire and the catcher are besties, actually.
Yes.
Become very good friends back there.
And this is Florida's catcher, Jocelyn Erickson, who's batting right now. Called strike, and the count's full at 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Hit foul. So the 7th pitch of the at-bat is coming up here between the pitcher, Haley Rainey, and Jocelyn Erickson, the batter. From the circle, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. What a night for Jocelyn Erickson. 4th walk for her. And she's been hit by a pitch. And this loads the bases once more.
And I feel like that's what her at-bats is like every time. She's working the pitcher, she's working the count. But every time, she's got on base.
Bases loaded for Reagan Walsh. She hits this first pitch up in the air. It's foul, and that'll get out of play. Reagan Walsh is 2 for 4 on the day with a pair of singles and 2 RBI. Nothing in 1 with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Low in the zone. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch. Hit down the left field line. That ball is foul. This KK McCrary couldn't get there in time to make the play for Auburn, but it is a foul ball. And that's a very important second strike.
Right, just a long strike. That's definitely
Yes.
how you have to think about it as a pitcher. A long strike, not that she hit it hard.
So the bases are loaded. The pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here comes another 2-2 pitch to Reagan Walsh. It's hit down the line to third. Wohlers has it, and she'll step on the back. First pitch to McCrary, taken for a strike. It's 0-1.
And really expecting McCrary to make an adjustment right here just because she's 0 for 3. She really hasn't done anything yet. So really wanting her to see, really wanting for me to see her make an adjustment in this at-bat.
1-1, pitch to McCrary, out of the zone, ball 2. There's a called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. KK hits this one hard and foul towards the right field line.
Trying to stay in the at-bat, trying to battle a little bit.
Yep.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, KK McCreary is 0 for her last 10 at the plate. So really trying to snap out of this hitting slump. On the ground to second, backhanded stop by Williams, and that's out number 1. Anna Wohlers will be the batter with 1 down. Wohlers 1 for 3 on the night with a double. 2 balls and no strikes. Wohlers to center field. Falby will play it on a hop. Second hit of the night for the Auburn third baseman.
Yeah, nice job by Wohlers right there. Able to take that outside pitch to drop it at the middle. Kind of change the momentum a little bit. Let's get the little hit and rally started. And that's exactly what she did.
So Amelia Leck comes up to the plate. Just 1 home run on the season for the Auburn first baseman. She hit 12 last year and swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. One out, runner at first. Here's a strike to Leck, and it's 0-2.
And I think that's something that she's definitely struggled with is pitch selection. I mean, you see her swing at that ball up in the zone, and it comes back with the ball right in the middle. So I think she definitely needs to make an adjustment on that, just being able to find her strike zone and what she's best at. And I think that's what she's trying to do.
One and two, the count now to Leck. Fouled off. Lots of offense in tonight's game. 17 combined runs, 18 combined hits for both of these teams. Swing and a miss by Amelia Leck. She strikes out, and that's the second out.
Very nice pitch by Brown right there. She goes up in the zone and just places it perfectly right over her elbow. Very nice job.
First pitch to Kylie Brockman. Taken for a strike. 0-1. Kylie Brockman has an RBI single tonight. She's also walked and been hit by a pitch. Fouled back, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, she's definitely been an asset tonight for sure. Getting on base one at bat at a time.
And this one's fouled back by Brockman. Brockman, the Auburn sophomore catcher who played for the Arkansas Razorbacks last year. Transferred within the SEC, and now she's playing for Auburn. 0-2, another foul ball. Again, Auburn leads the country with 15 come from behind wins, and they're going to need another one tonight in order to pick up their first SEC win of the season. 0-2 pitch. Bounces up to the plate, ball one. One, two. Brockman hard hit to third, right into the glove. The senior here for the Gators to lead off the 7th inning. This ball's hit high and down the left field line, but foul and out of play. One home run and 2 driven in on the season for Brooke Bernard. One pitch off the plate and outside for ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch, low for ball 3. A 3-1 count to the Gators leadoff batter here in the 7th. The 3-1 pitch hit foul at the plate, and the count's full at 3-2. These two teams will play the second game tomorrow afternoon, and then a Sunday morning finale. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rainey comes through with the strikeout for the first out here in the 7th.
Yeah, really pretty pitch by Rainey. She has it all speed, just down in the zone. Just getting that swing and a miss.
Kinley Cahalan. That's the first strikeout of the game for the Auburn pitching staff, as you can see there. It's remarkable. Ball 1 to Cahalan. Haley Rainey about to throw her 90th pitch of the game.
Her 90th pitch of the game without throwing the whole game.
Yeah. Auburn saw S.J. Guerin and Shaylee Clemens come in to pitch in the circle before putting Haley Rainey back to work. And now Auburn pitching coach Riker Chasen walks out, and he's going to chat in the circle with Rainey. Look at that breakdown right there, Shelby. 45 balls, 45 strikes. An even total to make up the 90 pitches for Rainey.
Absolutely. I think personally I could definitely see her throwing more strikes, attacking the zone early in the zone or early in the count. That would be nice to see. But, I mean, even herself out, that's okay too.
2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Hit to left center field. This ball's going to one-hop the wall. Auburn's got to play it off the hop. A double. Kinley Cahalan with her second hit of the game. And Mia Williams will come up to the plate.
It's a nice piece of hitting by Cahalan.
This pitch is low in the zone for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Rose Roach fields. Her throw to first is going to be in time for the second out of the inning. Florida's able to move the base runner up to third.
And that's a nice play by Roach right there. That's a hard hit ball to the second baseman. And just being able to scoop that up and throw it to first, very nice job.
Ava Brown will be the batter. Takes this one for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch from Rainey. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. The Auburn Tigers are 1 strike away from sending this game to the bottom of the 7th. Oh, 2 pitch. Just off the plate for ball 1.
You see Rainey, she's still trying to work that count too. She's trying to work her off speed and just trying to make him miss-hit it. And it's a very nice job by her, but also being able to attack the zone at the same time. Like
slow roller to short. Peralta can't hold on to it. What stood out to you tonight about Florida's performance, Shelby?
Definitely the offense stood out to me. Just putting the ball in play when there's runners on base, but it also stood out to me that they left a lot of runners on base. The same thing with Auburn. They left a lot of runners on base. They gave up a bunch of walks, and that's something that made the game.
So for Shelby Lowe, I'm JJ Jackson saying so long from Auburn, Alabama. Our final score tonight, Florida wins it 11-7 over the Auburn Tigers. Join us for our next broadcast tomorrow.